I got a Cheez-It in my throat.
Shouldn't eat before the show.
I can't help it. Usually we have so many good snacks, and I had to go with Cheez-Its today.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm kind of missing the Ruffles and the gummy bears. The snack game. We got up the snack game.
Got to up the snack game.
Come in here, and I never eat
until you get in here.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, my lunch is missing.
You eat some Mexican food.
Well, we have been. I think we've been doing that every day.
I know.
I'm really excited about where we're heading. The food has been coming out great. We had to make some adjustments and some changes in the kitchen, but it's turned out really well.
But we're still in soft opening, so
yeah,
we got grand opening next Saturday. About 12 days from now.
Yeah. Oh God, it's coming up quick, huh?
Yeah, next Saturday.
I feel like every day is just a giant day.
It does. Starts at 8 a.m. with a phone call, 7:30, somebody needs something, and it ends at 11:30 at night with dishes not being done.
Yeah. I'm lucky I got to miss that last
no,
night.
I get those every night.
I was there randomly today because we're closed on Wednesdays right now.
Not next week.
No. I think we're doing full 7 days next week.
Yeah, full 7 days.
Yeah, I go there to grab some paperwork, and here comes a food delivery. I'm like, oh, great, they ordered food, and we're not even open today. Yay. I guess I get to put it away.
How'd that go for you?
We got 3 deliveries today. Yeah.
On a day we're not open?
Yeah.
Thank God you were there all 3 times.
Glad I was there. But yeah, I got to lug everything up the stairs by myself. It was a good time.
Good workout.
Yeah, it was. It was. And I mean, man, we've been putting in some hours, which is normal, especially when a new restaurant's starting up. But I mean, you've been getting home later than I am, but I've been like 10 o'clock every night when I'm actually sitting down on the couch and starting to wind down.
That's just when the night's starting.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting old, man.
Nah.
I need to be in bed. I'm going to bed at like 1:30, and I'm used to 10 o'clock.
See, I'm going to bed at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest.
Cheyenne, what's your sleeping schedule now? Because you guys are in the thick of it with spring break.
Yeah, but I'm a lunchtime girly.
Oh, that's right. You're daytime.
Daytime. Yeah.
She's got my old schedule.
Yeah, I got a good schedule.
10 to 5, huh?
Yeah, 10:30 to 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Even
Give you a longer schedule than it was.
Took me a while to get there, but here we are. No weekends.
Oh, not
10:30 to 4, Monday through Friday?
They ended up giving me, they gave me that.
Wow.
Now that it's summer, though, I might pick back up, but yeah.
Oh, might.
I might.
Well, I was going to say, it's spring break in March. This is the busiest month of the year.
They throw me behind the bar,
How you liking being behind the bar?
It has its pros and cons. I'm still feeling it out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you went from server to bartender?
I'm still serving. I love serving there, actually. But yeah, new baby bartender for them. But we have a ton of new bartenders, so I'm still figuring it out. But it's fun. Tiki bar, it doesn't get much better.
Oh, that's where the money is. If you get that when you're solid.
It's a vibe up there regardless. Yeah, it's hard to be disappointed, but I'm kind of...
I think a lot of people don't realize how much work is in being the bartender and how much, like a side work, it's a whole nother level when you get to the bar position.
It is a lot of work. You're there earlier. I mean...
Wait, bar or server?
Bar.
No.
Yeah.
You're not there earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to set up the whole bar. There's no bar backs.
Now they have...
It doesn't take that long to set up a bar.
Oh, he doesn't know.
No. Well, it doesn't chase it, or it does.
Yeah, when you got 8 buckets of ice that you got to start with, lug it up the stairs. And the ice machine's about 87 steps that way.
How long does it take you think, from start till you open?
Well, it also depends on how many people. If you're there by yourself, like, you need that whole hour. You're scheduled an hour before open. You need it. 2 people... Still the hour. Usually you're doing overflow. I mean, you're stuck cutting fruit. Like, you got a ton of ice to set up. I mean, it depends on what bar.
Well, you do the
at.
ice first, the things first. Then as you open, you can cut some lemons, cut some limes as you open. And
that's funny. You think you got time for that?
Absolutely.
It starts at 11. They are there. Like, you are bartending when it opens.
Bar, but yeah, we're comparing this to server side work. It is definitely a walk in the park being a server compared to opening bartender. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's especially depending on the bar you're at. But I mean, if you're at the tiki bar, you're busy when it opens.
Yeah.
I mean, 11 o'clock.
And now they do brunch, so you're there at 9 a.m. now. for the brunch at 10. And then the downstairs bar is a whole nother. That's a whole nother story.
That's even more work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So
that wasn't originally going to be a bar. That turned a storage area turned into a bar one day, and I was like, "Wow, hey, we could make money off this."
Yeah.
Closet into a bar.
Yeah, that it works.
People love it.
Hey,
So.
you just got to lug. You got to take the liquor down every day. Take it all back.
But you put in the work for the money you make. You know, you're gonna work for it, but it's a good time and it's worth it, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the money, especially this time of year. You know, you get it's freezing today, so I don't think it would be worth it today. I should have wore pants.
You wear shorts all the time.
All the time, but I don't know. As I get older, man, I get colder. I am freezing.
Your frail bones over there.
I'm gonna have to bring like a blanket in the studio just so.
Where's your big Snuggie blanket or that
I
one
know
you wore?
it wasn't this
What
cold
was it,
when I
like
left the house.
an Eagles blanket or a?
Oh, dude, it's like a hoodie sweatshirt, but it's huge. It's like
It's
a blanket.
Snuggie.
I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, so comfy.
In your Uggs.
And your Uggs.
In the
The
Uggs.
only guy I know in this world that wears Uggs. Only guy. Have you ever seen another guy in Uggs?
I have not. He had a clean pair on.
Clean
like,
pair
weeks ago,
Uggs.
brand new pair.
Well, yeah, my ones that I've had for years finally blew out, so I had to go buy new Uggs. Dude, it is heaven on
It's
your
like
feet.
a hug.
But
for
how
your
many
feet.
guys wear Uggs?
They're just not smart.
I think you're the
It
first
might
guy I've
be a
ever seen with
first.
Uggs.
It might be a first.
Are
No.
they guys Uggs? Are you sure?
Yeah, no, they're
You don't get them in the girls' department.
No.
You sure?
I've been buying Uggs since I was 15.
No, I think they're unisex. I think it says on there men's size, women's size, like Converse.
Yeah.
So they're
And the girls ones, like you have the fluff on the outside, like you have the decorative
boots
fluff
with the
on
fur?
outside. Yeah. See, I don't have the boots with the fur. I just have the
I want to
boots.
see you with boots with the fur with a little tassel hanging down the
the
side.
little ribbon up the back.
Yeah.
Take it back to my guest bartending days at 801.
Yes. I want to see those days.
According to their own website, UGG offers a line for men.
Yeah.
So you have been wearing women's shoes.
No.
Yes.
They have a men's.
They have a dedicated line for men.
Yeah.
So if you have not been buying that, you're wearing women's shoes.
It's what I've been buying the whole time. There's guy and there's girl Uggs.
Does it say men's Uggs?
That just came out of his
Probably.
mouth after I Googled it.
Right.
So
No, like I was saying, the
sensing a
women's have-
pivot.
So you're backing me up. He's wearing women's
Yeah,
shoes.
absolutely.
No,
Yeah,
the women's
definitely.
women's have the fur on the outside.
That's
the
not true.
guys don't.
That's not true.
It's a completely different look.
No.
I mean, they do have women's with just the fur on the inside.
See?
Just,
You're wearing Bigfoot women's shoes, buddy.
but no judgment.
Hey, regardless,
You
my
do you.
feet feel awesome anytime I wear my Uggs. They're warm. They're cozy. It's wonderful.
You wear socks with them?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. So I didn't for like when I first started wearing Uggs, like I said, I was 15. And I didn't wear socks. And then I started to smell them and realized that socks were a much better.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah. I had to buy new ones. The smell did not come out. So always wear socks with your Uggs.
I'll remember that when I buy Uggs.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm telling you, I'm going to get you wearing them.
I'm never going to wear Uggs, my guy. Never going to wear Uggs.
Dude, we got I kind of wanted to start a new segment this week. Questions from the industry. You see a lot on these the Facebook groups, or whether it be Restaurant Warriors or any of those. And
What's happening this or whatever.
Yeah. And there's a lot of questions. I see a lot of legal stuff on there, and a lot of it you look and people be like, "Oh, that's a dumb question. That's a dumb question." What people don't realize is so many people are new to this industry, and they have no idea what
Well, it
to
also
do.
changes all the time. It seems like this industry rules and the industry standards and the industry ethics change all the time.
Ethics 100%. Yeah, I mean, you have laws that change, and you have, like, it's so state, it depends on what state you're in. Each state is different on what you can and cannot do. But, I wanted to kind of stay away from the legal ones to start, but I saw a good one. And it was a server asking, basically they were training at a new job. They've been a server before, but they're training at this new job. And I guess they got busy. And this server that was training was able to take a couple tables start to finish by themselves. And then they didn't get to keep the money for that table. And they were asking if this is normal that them not be able to keep the tips that they earned from start to finish. And I've known Cheyenne for a couple years now, and she is a training server to where she trains other servers.
So we're asking her this question.
Yeah.
So when you train somebody, now first of all, where you're at now, when I come in as a new server, how many days am I training? Does it matter? Is there a time on it, or is this like
about 5?
So I'm
now.
training 5 shifts.
I trained for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you were under my tutelage.
So I get 5 training shifts when I come in, no matter what. Even if I got it on the second day, you're going to make me do 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you might get 4, but yeah, you're getting at least those. Yeah.
And then the first day I'm kind of following you.
You are following.
I'm
100%.
really doing nothing. Second
Yep.
day, maybe I take a drink order.
Start doing handheld stuff. On
Right.
Toast. Yep.
And then third day.
Third day, honestly, one of those is going to be food running.
So I know what the food is and know what goes with it and the
or
sides.
half help host, half food run, because we used to have 1 week dedicated to those things. They're trying to blend that. So yeah, you're
Okay.
one of those
And then
days.
the fourth day.
And then you're doing almost everything. Fifth day, you're on your own. We're following you.
And you keep the tips.
Yes.
So on the 5th day, I take 12 tables in my shift. I make $100 a table. You're taking my $1,200.
Yep.
Not giving me anything.
Nope.
See, that's where I find. That's where I would.
But this is
Oh, here goes the bud.
this is I don't think it's a black or white question. But I will say, when it comes to strictly training on your last day where we're following you, I'm not going to not make any money because they're making me train you on the shift. You know what I mean? And that's your time to show if you're ready or not. So it depends on how busy we are. But I mean, generally, I do agree. You don't get the tip. Number 1, you're getting paid more an hour. 2, so
Yeah,
I just am sacrificing a day.
It's $4 an hour more.
Still more.
Still more.
But also, to be fair, going into this, it's an industry standard. Everyone knows when you train, you don't get the tip.
See, whenever I train somebody, because I used to train behind the bar a lot, training people, I used to give them 20, 30, 40, depends on how good I did, how well we did on the bar. If I made $200-$300 a night, I'll give them $40-$50.
Well, that's why I said there's a gray area here. Because
Every night I
also,
would. I never let them leave with less than 20.
Yeah.
Because at least you got gas, a drink money, pack of cigarettes, whatever you need. At least you got to put some gas in your car for driving. So if I personally trained somebody 4 shifts and I was the person they at least have with $80. Now, if I had a really good night, whether it was because of you or not, I would give them a little bit more. I mean, I remember one night making $300-$400. I gave them 50. I'm okay with that. I mean, I still made $400 that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tip out?
I think that's an integrity thing, because let me go back. For example, when I first started, I've been a server for a long time. So, you still got to train whatever. I was with the person, and they were a little understaffed. 2 servers on the floor, both with the trainee. Slammed. I mean, absolutely slammed. Restaurant is full. So myself and the other trainee are taking tables. Same scenario, right? And the end of the night, and I knew what I was doing. I actually asked to be put on the floor that night, but they couldn't do it. So anyways, end of the night, not $1 tip out from the server. And I was, I felt I had opinions about it, but what do you do? I'm training technically. What I didn't sit right is because there's no way you would have made that money without me.
Because you took 10 and she took 10 tables.
Yeah,
type
I was
of thing.
actually like doing my own
Start
thing.
for finish, the whole thing.
Yeah. And the tables, they like you. You're getting 22, 24% tips on these nice bills.
What do you think you made that night? Not you personally took home, but what do you think your tips were that night?
Probably 150, about half of what they likely made. Yeah. You have to think. Whole restaurant is full and there's only 2 people making that money. I mean, there's just, so in that sense, do I think the right thing would have done?
So you tip people out with that?
Yeah. So I'm getting there because recently I trained some people. One girl, obviously tons of experience, great server. And we were popping that day and I knew I wouldn't have made what I made. I mean, maybe, but if you become my personal assistant during training, you deserve to be tipped out. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, hey, can you go grab this for this table? Can you go grab this for this table? And they're running. That day, actually, the trainee turned down the tip out.
Really? Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen very often.
It does not happen. And she's like, no, you're good. You don't have to tip me out. I said, no, here, take it. Yeah. She's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, well, let's go out sometime. I'll buy you a drink, at least like something. I kind of felt bad. I'm like, all right, well, I guess. But there's been other days I've trained, I don't tip them out. For me, it really depends on if this is a normal shift for me and I'm doing my normal job how I normally would, and you're just training, then you're just training, and that's just how training goes. But like I said, if I make great money and we're busy and you're really helping me out that day, I'm going to tip you out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone training should ever expect any money. You know, you should go in knowing that you're getting a higher hourly wage, and you shouldn't expect any extra. Now, I've trained behind the bar. No one ever let me train servers. I was a terrible server. But
are you still a terrible server?
Probably. But great bartender. I could bartend like the best of them. I forget about tables. It's terrible.
You forget to go to the table?
I would, yeah. They never wanted me to be a server.
Could have told me this before we bought a restaurant together.
Oh, no. See, that's why you're serving. I got the bar.
I've been expoing.
Yeah. But I see, like, when I've trained people in the bar, I've had shifts where, holy hell, two should have been scheduled. And I had this trainee, and I've split what we've made. Like, here, we bartended together. And
you made $400.
There was no training.
2 and 2.
Yeah. But there's been days where, that person has done nothing except for shadow me and has been no help. And I didn't tip out for that.
Maybe it's the tipping thing. Like remember we talked about the restaurants when you go to fast casual and Subways and stuff like that. I never let them leave with less than 20. No matter what. Even if they were there for 3 hours just watching, didn't really do much. I don't know. Maybe it's just.
It's hard. It's like.
I feel like $20 is $20, and they think they did something. If they just stood there, did nothing, and said, "Okay, I quit. This isn't for me." Okay, a little different. But like when they're actually working or getting ice or bar backing a little bit behind the bar for you bartending, I didn't think $20. I always give a 20.
It's just hard because I've trained so many places, and it's just part of it. It's kind of like your time. It's like you putting skin in the game or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's a sacrifice. Every person that starts somewhere has to sacrifice those training days, and we all know it sucks. So it's like, it's cool when someone looks out. But again, training as bartender, somewhere I'm already established, just not as a bartender. I have also been put on shifts that needed to, but we're just going to put a trainee on, to fill the space and still not get tipped out.
Yep.
And so it just.
Yeah, that sucks coming in.
It does suck. And it's like you said, you can't go in expecting it. Would it be cool? Yeah, of course. But it's just kind of like the training thing. You technically don't get it.
And I think a lot's changed since, at least the last time I was actually training people to bartend. Now, that as a bartender, as a GM, it's been different, but it was a long time when I was a bartender training someone as, to be a bartender. But times are a little different now. I think money's tighter now than it was. And most of the time, most restaurants, that person that's training isn't getting any extra for training. They're not getting any extra money. And
they get a shift meal.
Nah,
sometimes
we don't get a shift meal.
So you train at your current location. Do you get anything extra?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Depends on the day. I'm like, what's up with the training meal? So it's like, can I get something? Which is also kind of goes into why they're like, I'm not asking to train. I don't get anything extra to train, and you want me to tip out the trainee? So it really depends on the person too, though. That's doing the training.
And, people go to work to pay for their bills. And some people are not paycheck to paycheck, but tip out to tip out. They may have a $300 car payment that they have to make in 2 days.
But what's interesting is I worked in another state, and I don't even know what the wage is there, but I served for $2.13 for a long time.
Nashville's still $2.13.
Yeah.
Really?
Tennessee is still $2.13.
This was Indiana. I don't know what that is now. I think maybe it's still the same, or like $5.
I want to go back to that.
It's so crazy.
I'm sorry, dude. I want to go back to that.
Oh, I miss it.
Oh, I miss it.
Really?
Think about it. I could have 3 bartenders and 3 servers on, right?
I'm from 20, the business standpoint, yeah.
If I had 3 servers and let's say 2 bartenders on, I'm literally like $15 an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm open for 10 hours. It costs me $150-ish to open. If I have 3 bartenders and 3 servers now, you're looking at almost $50, over $50. So if I'm open for 10 hours, I'm $500 an hour plus. So $150 to have it on, or $500. That's $350 a day. Yeah. 30 days, that's $9,000 more. And that's just with 2 bartenders and 3 servers. Now things fluctuate up and down, but
sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how I survived back then. $2 an hour.
Nobody ever survived back then. You get your check, you're like, hey, you have 3 checks here. I'm like, I don't care. They're $11.46, exactly. $8.12. Oh, this one's $31. Holy crap. Getting crazy up in here.
I worked at a place, I didn't collect a check for 3 years.
You didn't go get it?
There was some that was like $8, $2.
Yeah, but you know they're not good after
never,
like 6 months.
Yeah, I never. It wasn't
How much
worth
do you
me
think?
picking
How
up.
much do you think it was all combined?
Oh, maybe a couple $100 at the end of the 3 years.
$300, $400, $500.
Yeah, maybe not even that much. I mean, it was dollars. Like it would cost more in gas to go put the check in the bank because there wasn't mobile deposit back then than to actually take the check. You know, it was just pointless.
And now servers are waiting by the door at 5:01 to get their checks.
Well, yeah, now they get
deposit.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Direct
nice.
deposit. Yeah.
But I mean,
It's like a little bonus at the end of the week.
yeah, like there was never a check before, and now it actually matters and it helps. Not the business, but it helps the servers and the bartenders big time.
Well, it's opposite now. They walk out with $37 in cash and their 120s on credit card. If you think about it, 20 years ago, people cash was much more.
Oh, yeah.
I
There's
remember
still a lot of people who acknowledge that. They're like, "You want me to tip you in cash?"
Yeah, but,
Like, what do you
I'm
prefer?
even paying bills. I mean, I remember some of the bars I worked at in the late '90s, mid 2000s. I mean, we at the end of the night we're counting 40,000 in cash.
Yeah.
As pay, as
Yeah.
sales, and then another 15,000 in credit cards. So we did 65,000. You look nowadays, it's complete opposite.
Well, especially
You did
now we have the
8,000 in
handhelds
cash.
everywhere.
Yeah.
A
You
lot
did
of people-
8,000 in cash or 6,000 in cash, and you did $37,000 in credit card, and then you got the fees, and you got everything else on top of it. It's just complete opposite.
Dude, in Key West, I was the driver. My apartment was above the bar. So he would knock on my door 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whenever they were dropping it off. And I would just sit there and I'd be counting out cash. This is back when the drivers could take cash. So I'd be counting out 5, 6, 7, 8 grand and just handing it to him in cash for the liquor delivery. And then everything was cash. There was a year where I didn't write a check. I paid the rent in cash. Everything was cash. Like wild. And now, if you're a restaurant that pays your servers and bartenders out every day, you're going to the bank every day to get cash.
Right.
Because you just don't bring in the cash that you used to. Now you got to do bank trips all the time. And you don't want to put 20 grand in your bank, in your safe in the restaurant. So you have to go to the bank every day. And that's how we started putting tips on the check.
Yeah, we put chips on check at our new place, but we do pay weekly.
Yeah.
We do pay weekly.
Yep.
So
I
that was
just
the
ready to say how
was the one-
fortunate I am to be able to get my
money
same
each shift.
day.
Yeah.
we do put on the check every Friday. They get a check, and but we do put it. So we did once a week pay, but we didn't want to pay out daily. It was just like
Yeah,
you
that's a
gotta
lot.
go
I mean,
run the bank. Got to get $3 grand. Go over the bank. Got to get $800. Go to the bank. I mean, just back and forth. That's all you do.
Don't be giving them any ideas.
We already talked to them. They're good. Changes April 1st.
It's funny because I've wanted to do that for years. Like I wanted to stop the bank, the bank trips, but I never figured out how do you start, how do you make that transition from, you have a staff that God knows that some have been there 8, 9, 10 years. How do you say, well, we're going to pay you different now? I never felt right changing it like that.
You should have changed it when you reopen.
I
yeah.
never thought.
I hate to say that,
Yeah.
but like, because I remember you had a little downtime, and
Yeah.
But when you reopened, that should have been the new standard. Like we were able to do it because this was the new standard. You came in knowing from the start that you're leaving with your cash, your credit will be on check, but we're going to pay you every Friday. So that way they don't have to wait 2 weeks. I mean, that's a lot. When you walk out with cash nowadays, you walk out with, some of these servers walking out with $31,
Yeah.
but they made $180 or $210, but they only walk out with 31. They're 160s on the check, and they got to wait 2 weeks for it.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do that actually.
2
I
weeks
wouldn't
would be
wait 2
rough.
weeks. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. Yeah.
I have one venue was every 2 weeks they paid out and they put all on credit card for 2 weeks. If you work, let's say 5 shifts, so you work 10 shifts, you only leave with your cash, and
That's
then you get your
rough.
check.
Yeah.
But your check was also $1,600, $1,800 where,
Right.
Well, you just really have to learn to manage your money at that point.
which
just
I don't
lot
think is
better.
a terrible thing
It's not terrible, no.
for the learning lesson, because you walk out now. I mean, most of us walk out now. Let's say you make $300 a night. It's not the same as if you have to wait for a check.
Right.
You stop on the way home, get some food, stop at the gas station, fill up that car again, get that extra pack here, get this. I stop at the bar and see my friend grab 2 shots. So your 300 just went down to 220.
Like that's part of why I love to do what I do is because I get that
Instant satisfaction.
right then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how maybe we're helping our staff's alcoholism. We're cutting down on their drinking
You
because
see in the
they
studies
don't
right
have
now
the cash.
that the like new generation, the alcohol sales are like way low.
Oh, yeah. So low. It's the
70%,
lowest it's ever
70%.
been. since Prohibition, obviously Prohibition was a little lower, but since then alcohol consumption has never been this low. And that's a shift in everything, and it's just going to keep going that way. Getting drunk and acting a fool isn't as cool as it used to be.
Well, and now they expose you straight on Facebook immediately.
I'm so glad there wasn't TikTok and all that back in the day.
You would be all over that bad boy.
No way I'd be able to run for president. That is for sure. Feel bad for these kids.
I still think it's out there. It's just they want an experience now. They want I don't want to say a fancy drink, but they want something different. They're not just pounding Bud Lights or Natty Lights.
They want the craft
They want the crafty, or they want something that's worth it. They still want the deal. They don't want to pay $19 for a drink. They still want that $7, $8 drink, but they want it to have an experience.
They want it post-worthy.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what it's all
Put
about.
an edible flower, something smoked, some dry ice,
Yep.
a gummy in it or something. And I'm telling you, you'd be like, this is the one.
You know what? One thing that drives me insane about where we are with stuff like that is that everyone holds their life up to everyone's, imaginary life. Like it's their edited version. You see what people want you to see on Facebook, Instagram, and you see happy family, you see having fun. It's everyone's edited version of life. Mm-hmm. And people base what their life should be off of other people's edited version.
Don't believe everything you see on social media.
Yeah, but look how many people do. Look how many people look at what is going on with their friends and compare their friends' their life to their friends' Facebook. And your friend's not going to be putting the bad times. It's all good times. Or it's like horribly bad so people can feel bad for them.
Right. I was like, some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always looking for something. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have to deal with everyone's edited version. We didn't get to see it. We saw everything in what it was. We saw everything live, or we didn't see it. Now you can make a fake life in 30 seconds.
Be whoever you want to be.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that takes a mental toll on people. They're always trying to be something that's not even real. Are those little things there? Yeah, sure. But you don't win the Super Bowl every day.
Right.
And then there's you gotta fight to win anything. You gotta put effort in. You're gonna have hard times. There are so many times where you're gonna fail, where you're gonna get knocked down, and you'll get back up. Don't look at that edited version and think that you're failing because you saw this on Facebook, because they're not showing how they got there.
Right.
It's a struggle for everybody, and there's so much changing in the world. Jeremy, I shit you not. As a parent, there's a lot of questions that you kind of prepare yourself, right? You're kind of,
where did babies come from?
Yeah,
the birds, the bees.
Questions are going to come, and every once in a while, your kid throws a question at you where you kind of sit back and you're like, "Whoa, I don't know if I was ready for that." And my 8-year-old, it was 10 o'clock at night. I think it was Friday night. We had a good Friday night. We were busy. I finally sat down at like 10 o'clock, made a sandwich. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm throwing some YouTube. I'm going to watch a podcast. And he comes up and he says, "Dad, can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah, bud. What's up?" He goes, What makes people racist?" And he's 8. And I had to sit back, and I was like, oh, man, this is I wish it wasn't 10 o'clock at night, because there's a lot to this question. And you're 8 years old. I got to figure out how to explain this to you to where you're going to understand it. And there's a lot of history in how you get to the answer to that question. But think about it. That's an 8-year-old.
Where'd he get this from?
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's what he sees. His best friend is black. So I'm sure he sees a little bit of that. And I don't know. I really didn't think at that age that's something that they even think about, or something that's on their mind. And it's got to be from what he sees from society. And, that question, it starts with what's around them. It starts with their parents. It starts with the people that are around them. Their minds are being molded, and they're being molded by what they see.
Yeah, 100% for me, it's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Learned behavior. Yeah. And
I was sitting there, and I was trying to explain to him that, well, there's some houses that aren't like ours. There are some people that the older generation, like people, your grandparents' age and stuff like that lived through a different time, and things were okay that are not okay. They weren't okay then, but they were accepted. And that's an unfortunate part of our history as a country, as human beings. And the best we can do is learn from the past. I don't think the past should be thrown away. I think it's a learning opportunity to where, how do you want to teach your kids? What do you want your kids to see? Because I said, buddy, the more, and it's morbid to say, but when the older generation dies out, and this is every generation, that stuff, you want to hope that it gets less and less.
Well, do you think his thing was on race, like color of skin, or people, or ethnicity, or religion, or what do you think?
It was color of skin.
Okay.
Yeah, because he noticed how people
but the
treat
world
his
is just,
friend different.
But the world is just like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunate. You color your skin, I don't want to say matters, but people look at people differently because of that, because of experiences in this, whether it's right or wrong. I think that's what people look at.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's definitely, I feel like it's rooted in environment and experiences.
But I think the world lets it go on. And I think
agreed.
the government lets it go on.
And I was going to say,
I think when you hear about...
Go ahead.
I think that social media and just media in general keeps a lot of that going. I think in a lot of areas, people are not as racist as it looks. Older generation, yes, there are definitely people who grew up that way. But I think that having platforms the way we do just intensifies a lot of that. And I think that there is a little bit of victim mentality in some areas. And I think that, for instance, I'm biracial. So white mom, black dad. Growing up in a predominantly white area, there was a little bit of mixture, but mostly white kids, like going to school. A lot of biracial people can agree you're either too black for the white people, or your white family too white for your black family type of thing. It creates a big identity crisis growing up. On my mom's side, my grandma's mom, she was racist. When she found out my mom was having a mixed baby, she had words, just a question. But even in that, it was like, did that really just come out of her mouth? On my dad's side, his parents grew up in a very, very, very small town in Mississippi. They experienced a lot of things. So again, there was just as much racism on both sides, Now, though, my family is very blended on both sides. Very, very blended. We have a little bit of everything literally in it, but there's racism really is everywhere. And it's not just one race that is racist. And I will say, growing up like that, a lot of people just say white people are just racist, all of them. And that's not always the case. Unfortunately, I think a lot of it falls back on the white community because of, history or whatever. But I see now a lot of people, they expect one race to continue to have consequences for things that happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know a whole lot of racist people. I mean, you know what I mean? Like personally, I don't. Do I have experiences? Sure. And I had some growing up, but that was because those kids didn't know any better because their parents. Yeah. And they weren't exposed to a lot of other races or cultures. So they were more so confused or like curious about things. Like I'll say, I have an older brother who's white. We have different dads, obviously. But growing up, people would really ask like, well, how? How are you a different color? They just weren't exposed.
They didn't know.
They just didn't know. So it's really important for people to teach their kids, things like that, and that there are different people and like people live differently and You know, I also think there are groups of every single race that give that race a bad name and reputation. You know,
I think that's people in general. Because you look at any race, they do the same, the same stuff that gives you a bad name, and they get pointed out. But I didn't grow up with a lot of racism. I saw it here and there, but from what I see on social media and from the news and everything, it's a lot worse than what I see in my personal life. I'm not saying that all this happens, but from what I see in my bubble of my interactions, I don't see it that often.
Yeah, there's times I come across people and I'm like,
I think you see it every day. I think you see it every day.
Do you?
The government, it's all.
That's what I'm saying. But we see every it on day TV and all that. But
we see it on TV. But I think the government, the city, they all. I mean, how do you have a black scholarship but not a white scholarship? Don't care. It should just be a scholarship. Mm-hmm. Just a scholarship. Why does it have to be a race to be a scholarship? Why do we have BET but we don't have white entertainment television?
Well, I mean,
I don't understand.
But
you understand what I'm saying? But if we called it, if white people called it, I don't say we, but if white people called that, it would be a racist thing. But why is it okay to have a black scholarship but not a white scholarship? Why is it okay to have a black television but not a white television? Don't want to say, oh, well, everything else is white. That's not how it works.
I think that started because there wasn't many. I don't even
opportunities
channels geared towards their community.
But everyone should get that opportunity, whether you're black, white, Spanish, disabled.
Oh,
you should have an opportunity to get a scholarship.
Agreed.
You'd have the opportunity to watch TV.
But I think it's around because that's how it started. Because there wasn't an opportunity at some time, which nobody can deny that there was a time where there were not opportunities for the same opportunities for black people. Not saying there isn't now,
But back then there wasn't.
Right. And so then it started, and now, here we are with these same things. But do I think I have the same opportunity as the white girl that's going to apply for the same job? I mean, yeah. Do I? I'm not big on the white privilege argument. I'm really not. I try not to fall into that because it's I feel like that would hold me back thinking that somebody else has more of a privilege than me.
I think it would.
But I think that in some areas, sure, this is not black or white. It's not all or nothing, because I think there are some areas, sure, and there's people in maybe corporations that do still have a little bit of hint in that. But I definitely think that we're getting away from it. But I agree with government, celebrities, there are certain things that definitely keep it going and keep people in that mindset. But that mindset holds you back.
Well, I think, again, up top holds it back. Mm-hmm. Get rid of the black college scholarship. There should be just a scholarship. Let anybody have it. Black or white, gay, straight, pink, purple, young, old. They should all be able to have that scholarship, not just one particular. I think up top holds it back from the rest.
But you think things get separated all the time. It starts with men and women's sports. They don't put women in men's sports and vice versa. And I'm not saying the sport thing, but it's just there's separation through so many different channels of what we are. And it's, a lot of times, especially in the past, people were scared of people that were different. I mean, you take it back to the Vikings and, the settlers, and there were just anyone that was different scared, regardless of what it was.
And I think it's just not being familiar also. You go into an area, you're just not used to it. And it's you just don't know you don't know what to expect. But that's people in their little bubbles. Yeah. Everyone has a bubble. You don't get out of your bubble, then that's just all you know. And then you see things, you hear things, there's shows, or there's people that say, oh, that's a bad group right there. You know what I mean? And then it becomes the entire group. And then they just grow with that, and then it just is a generational curse, really, to think that way.
It is. It starts with parenting. Mm-hmm. I think every parent has the responsibility to teach their kid, and have a little hope that the world is going to get better. People are going to get better.
I really wish people would take time to really research where they came from, and what they are. Because I think a lot of people don't realize how blended we are a huge melting pot. And I just think a lot of people are very ignorant to that and think they'd be surprised, I'm just saying, if they really did some research and found out about their background and their history and where their family came from. And
I think I was reading something one time that I think it's in like 500-600 years we're all going to look the same, and we're all going to basically kind of have more of an Asian look than anything else.
Yeah,
I think it's so many years in the future, but we're all going to be so blended together because of travel and the ability to go different places, which was never allowed before. We didn't have the capability, in some points to go to different places and meet different people. But eventually, it's all going to end up where we're the same, and it's going to take time. But they even showed a picture, and I was like, "Huh, cool. We're all going to be like Brazilian Asian. Sweet."
And then there's like people are prejudiced. I wouldn't say racism because just racist, but there's a lot of people who, if you've ever mistaken, like, I would say Asian, Korean, Japanese, or Chinese, don't do that. They don't like that.
No.
A lot of people that,
different.
Do you ever get like, hey, are you Spanish or are you Puerto Rican?
I get it all the time.
Now, do you get offended? If someone's
No.
like, hey, are you Spanish, or talks to you in Spanish?
No. I don't get offended. Look, my daughter is Mexican. You know what I mean? But what I will tell you is, don't you ask a Mexican if they're Puerto Rican, they're usually offended.
Right.
And same vice versa. So that really lies in so many places.
It does.
It's not just white and black. You ask an African from Africa and say, like, are you black, like African American? They're pissed because they're not, you know what I mean? They're not, and they don't like that. Or Dominicans that are Dominican, they're not,
Yeah.
they're Afro-American, but they're not African American.
Yeah.
So it's really everywhere. Everybody has a little bit of that, don't confuse me with them, or they don't like a specific culture or something like that. They're prejudiced to those people. It's really everywhere, really.
I made a huge scheduling mistake one time. It was in Key West, and we had 3 new bartenders. And they all hadn't worked together, but they had trained. One was from Brazil. One was from Argentina. Super close, different language, Spanish and Portuguese. Threw them together. I thought World War III was going to happen behind the bar. Apparently, the two countries hate each other. I had no idea. Like, they were about to fist fight behind the bar. I was like, oh, I don't think this is going to work. But it just goes to show it's everywhere. It's different.
It's everywhere, and people are just so silly. I mean, you could just not like a person that you think is white, and that person's not even called. They're white, so technically their race is white, but like they're from Spain. I don't.
Yeah.
Somewhere where they just look, and so instantly people just will look at someone like me. Say, I get that all the time. If I'm Puerto Rican, weekly actually.
What's the one you get the most? That they think you're Puerto Rican, Mexicans,
Puerto Rican or Dominican. Usually.
Dominican, really?
Yeah. So.
And that doesn't offend you.
No.
You're just like, hey,
I'm pretty used to it. I know people get confused. I'm mixed Italian and black, but I get asked all the time. Sometimes people don't ask; they just start speaking Spanish. Right off the
Spanish?
top. A little bit. But I'm like,
Almost had to learn a little bit.
Yeah. No, I don't get offended though. But
I mean, I think it's good that people are asking. At least it's not. I think we've improved as a human species. I think we're really far off from where I think the majority of people where we want to be, but improvement. At least with every generation.
Have you seen the kids in the little classrooms? I mean, the classrooms are full. I mean, they're all types of different kids.
So very
school.
mixed. Yeah.
I mean, it's so mixed right now. It's like we do need to do better.
Yeah.
We just need to get over the whole racism thing. I mean, we're human. People are people. There's good people. There's bad people. There's bad people in all the races that do the same bad things.
Yeah.
As the other race. So
how do we get there? How do we get there as humans?
I think I'm with you. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in.
yeah, it's never going to happen.
I don't think we're ever going to get there.
I think when the government and them put different things like that in play and treat people differently, I think that's really where it is.
Like, I have a friend that wants that too, and she's always like, I'm going to make a change, like her, trying to correct someone in her family for things. And I get that, but I'm like, it's just how the world is. And I don't know, maybe we'll get there someday. It'd be great, but I think it's a little unrealistic to just think that one day there's just going to be no racism.
Yeah, at least not until I guess we all look the same in 600 years or so.
That's us expecting every household to teach their kids otherwise.
Yeah.
And there's just no way. There's people who they think what they think and believe what they believe, and they don't like who they don't like, and that's just.
See, this is why the aliens hide. They're like, they can't even get along with each other. What do you think they're going to do to us? That's why they hide. But I don't know. When a kid asks that question, it's hard to hard to answer that fully. I would like because he doesn't grow up in
talk to your
household.
Go ask your mom.
Yeah, go ask mommy. But no, like he, I don't know. I hate the fact that what I told him and the history I gave him, and just going down the list of, well, here's how we got here, and here's where we are, and here's hopefully where we'll be. It's terrible that there are other households that take it in a completely different direction.
I have an example. I talked to my friend about this. She works at a restaurant. We do rotations. There they have sections, right? So there's like a couple, a black couple that would come in there a lot. She's seen them a lot, and they get this section a lot, and it's like in the back of the restaurant, so to speak. Like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The rows. So anyways, the 5th section. And I guess they asked them one time, like, why you put us in the back of the restaurant? And she's like, it's just rotation. Yeah. And they're like, well, I think you just don't want us to be seen here in the restaurant. So, it's just an ongoing, what do you say to that? You show them the rotation page and see that that's that person's section, and you know what I mean? You're the next table.
Probably not going to help though.
No. Yeah. Do you offer them another section?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what do you do?
Pick a seat, buddy.
Assuming that they're being racist, at the restaurant. Yeah. So it's like a lot of people go into situations and environments already with that in their mind also.
Yeah. God, what do you do in that situation?
I would just tell them, pick a seat, pick wherever you like.
Sit wherever you like.
You want to sit in the front, the back, the left, the right, just pick a seat so everybody's good. And they won't like that seat. That's just the way the customer is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the racism card does get pulled out, at restaurants here and there. It does. Do
you remember when the man threw this plate of shrimp down at me?
Oh, yeah.
So now he was one that I definitely gave the side eye to, and I was like, I just think he didn't like me.
Yeah,
he was pissed from this.
He threw shrimp at you?
Oh, you gotta tell the story.
He threw it down on the ground. This guy, first of all, he was an older gentleman, very overweight. He obviously was had urinated on himself at some point, but there was a family, a little rough looking, that came in to eat. And simple, we had fried shrimp. It took I think 3 minutes to remake the plate. Yeah. Well, they said they were gonna. I thought they were sharing. They were not sharing. So when the food came out, he was already in a mood. He just lost it. He was mad that I didn't know that they weren't having their own meal. So I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll get it fixed. He was yelling, and we brought out the new plate, and I just hear the glass. He just got mad and threw it on the ground. I didn't end up going back over to the table. I had to tell them, I gotta go over here. I can't do it. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. The son-in-law. It was the family. It was the son's mom, her boyfriend, or whatever. He actually beat him up in the parking lot that day or something like that. Uh-huh. Yeah, over it.
It was in the county's parking lot.
Yeah. He was real rude to me from the jump, and I kind of sometimes you just get a vibe. I don't pull the race card often, but if you get a vibe, you get a vibe. I was like, I don't think he really likes me very much, And that was a fun day. He was just mad over the shrimp. Easiest thing for us to bring out. Quickest thing to fix.
Give me 3 minutes.
Literally, it was so fast, and they fly that, and he just wasn't having it. But there are some situations where, yes, you can just feel people's presence. He wouldn't make eye contact with me. He didn't want to talk to me. People at the table were like, I'm so sorry.
And there are people that do that. I've had servers come up to me and be like, hey, can I just give this table to another server? And yeah, of course, because you are going to get people like that. They're ignorant people in the world, and they go out and spend money too. Yeah. So unfortunately, you're gonna run into that. And, you know, as
I never really ran into too much of like a black or white. I think I ran into male, female a lot.
really,
Yeah. More like they don't want the guy making the drink, they want the girl.
Oh, so we're getting into the sex.
bar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want him to make my drink. She's making my drink. I'm like, well, he's just staying there doing nothing.
Yeah.
He can make your drink. Nope, I want her to make my drink. It's like they didn't want, I don't know if it was, but it wasn't like they were trying to hook up with her or talk to her or give her a tip. They just wanted her to make the drink and had the guy stand there, and they didn't want, this whole group just wanted a girl to make a drink.
It's always the guy in his 60s that doesn't want the guy. I was the bartender that it was, I don't know, I'll have her make it. I'm like, okay, I'll just go fuck myself over here. It's fine.
That's the way I've ever gotten that type of, I don't want somebody, I want somebody else.
Oh, look how many guys go into the bar to try to pick up the bartender. They don't want
That
the dude
doesn't
making the
well,
drink.
It doesn't work. How many people really think that works?
So many people.
They
So
think it
many
works,
people
but
think
how
it
it
works.
That's how you get your regulars.
Yeah.
That's how it's
Yeah, but that's not happening. Like,
No,
there's 30 guys there that are trying to take the bartender. You're not the one, buddy.
doesn't matter.
Hey,
I've never done that. I have never gone to a bar and tried to pick up a bartender.
You miss 100% of
If
the
I go to-
shots you don't take.
Nah.
True. Very true.
But I'm also not going to throw the volleyball from outside trying to make it over the net.
Hey,
Like,
there's always that one. There's always that one.
No, I
I've
don't.
always went to a place where I know the person. I would go back and be a regular if I knew them.
Yeah.
And I like them as cool people. Bartender. I didn't even care about a hookup or this, but like, I never gone there because like, oh, I'm going to take her home. Or I never gone to a bar because of that reason.
But there's so many guys that do. So many. I mean, I've seen it over the years because I always like to work with a girl. You know, when I was bartending, if there was two of us,
Yeah,
throw
one guy,
me-
one girl.
Yeah,
two
you're gonna
girls,
make.
one guy.
I would make way more money working with a girl.
I never put two guys behind a bar. Any bar I've ever met, nope, won't do it. Always a guy and a girl, or two girls and a guy, or three girls, two guys. Depends on how big the bar is, something like that. But I would never put two guys behind a bar. It just didn't flow.
Not even Lot.
Love that guy.
I feel like he can work with anybody.
Yeah, he can.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he
like
can.
an exception
He's
to
in
the
the
rule.
middle.
Yeah, he's
You go this way, go that way.
in the middle.
There's some people that have that gift. He is one of them. But man, I made so much more money with a partner that was female. So much more. And I wouldn't even care. There'd be 30 guys at the bar and they're all trying to get her attention. Like, look, talk to them. I'll make all the drinks.
Well, that's how it worked. Your sales were double hers, but her tips were double yours.
Uh-huh.
It's always how it was. I remember I did the same thing. I bartended. I'm like, you flirt, you do your thing. I'll pick up all the slack.
Yeah.
And my sales the other night would be $3,000. Her sales would be $1,200. And if you really broke down the tips, she made $500. I made $250.
Uh-huh.
But I still left with $400.
Right.
It
Yeah.
didn't matter. Didn't care.
Yeah, I'll get every
Do
bucket
your
of
thing.
ice. I don't care.
Okay, I'll be your bar bag and your bartender. Keep flirting with Doug. Doug's a good tipper. He ain't tipping me.
Because guys think they can take home the bartender.
But have you ever been that guy?
I've never been that guy.
I'm sorry, I've just
they're
never been that
lonely.
guy.
Yeah,
I've
they
gone to a
want
bar.
somebody
I've
to
gone
talk
to a
to.
bar because I like that person. Like, oh, I really like. Hey, Rachel's working or Steffi's working. I want to go see them tonight at the bar. Like, hang out. But I've never gone and just met some random girl. Be like, oh, I'm gonna go back to this bar all the time and try to.
Yeah.
They just get fixated on.
Do you have your regulars?
There's a few. Yeah.
Oh no,
Nothing
I
crazy.
did. I did do it one time.
Oh, here it is.
I did.
Story time.
Yeah. No, I did not a crazy.
Creeper Joe.
It was a bar I went into all the time. Not all, like at least once a week we'd go in there, and they had a new bartender, and she was hot, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna start coming in on Tuesday.
Just Tuesdays.
Would just randomly start coming in on Tuesday, like Tuesday was my day at that bar, and it was only to try and get to know her so I could ask her out.
How'd that work out for you?
I actually dated her for like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
So it worked.
It was the one we were talking about earlier before the show.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to shoot your shot.
Yeah.
See, I like to play the opposit role if I'm gonna do it.
It was a
You act
long
like
game.
you
It was like
don't
6
care.
months.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. You bartend there, and every guy comes in and probably hits on you, correct? 90% of the guys. Get that number. What's up, girl? Hey, I'm getting this drink. You got a boyfriend. You got a man. Blah blah. All the time. I like doing the opposite. Be completely just not an asshole, but just like kind of mysterious. I think if you, not hitting on him, not doing this. It's like, why
think
didn't
that's
he
smart.
hit on me? But these other 7 guys at a bar are all trying to get my attention. Why is he not?
Yeah, because the bartenders, the girls are like,
Yep,
they see someone
another-
coming like,
Oh, and they
Yeah,
like
here
Doug,
we
but
go.
Doug always tips them $40, and then Steven tips them 60, so they know they made their 100 tonight.
Yep.
That's why they like him. They have no freaking chance, but they like him, and that's what they do. You got a guy over there that doesn't say very much, or isn't paying attention, or talking to other people. It's kind of like, why?
Creating a level of curiosity.
Curiosity killed the cat. Then you're getting the date.
Like I said, I played the long
How long
game.
did it take you to go for it?
6 months.
How much money was that?
Oh God, I don't know.
Every Tuesday? So you're
Every Tuesday.
talking what, like 30 Tuesdays, 35 Tuesdays you went in there?
It was a
When you
lot
put
of
it like
Tuesdays.
that.
And
It was
then
a lot of
and your
Tuesdays.
tab was probably $100 a night.
No.
So it took you probably $3,500.
No, because see, I was playing the long game and I didn't want to get like stupid drunk in front of her because then I know the chances were not going to happen.
So you spent $81 instead
So
of
I'd go in there, I'd have like 3. And then I'd have 3, I'd talk for a while, and then I would go get stupid somewhere else.
So it took you about $500-$600, would you say?
Probably a little more.
$1,500.
Probably a little more. But yeah, no, I never wanted to be stupid drunk because like I know like when I drank, when I was like that, I was fun to hang out with. But when I got to stupid drunk, I wasn't bringing anyone home. Like somebody was putting me a cab, be like,
So she was
the tomorrow.
She was the start off. You'd go there for 2 beers and go somewhere else and get completely annihilated.
Yeah.
She thought you were the nice guy.
I was the nice guy.
Well, there.
Drunk nice guy.
Nice guy.
But yeah, no, it was just a good time. I mean, it worked. It was a long game.
That was a long game. That was a $1,500 long game.
Yeah.
Expensive game.
You ever?
was.
Now, I don't know your person, but you ever date a customer? Somebody comes
No.
in? Never.
No.
And most bartenders and servers have not.
Yeah, no.
I'll disagree.
Really?
I have more that I think date them than yeah.
I can only think of like 4 that have ever worked for me. And we're talking hundreds of people.
I can think of 4 this
I think
year.
it's different as a server, though.
I think of 4 this year.
100%.
I think it's different as a server.
Server or bartender? Are we talking about?
Well,
so
I just don't think
server
it's the same.
rarely ever happens.
That's what I just.
Because you're not chilling, you're not hanging out, you're not doing
Right.
shots, you're not drinking, you're not serving. Well, you're serving them, but you're not like.
Unless you get the same one guy that like happened to come in and that's your one top for the night, and then he starts coming around.
Yeah.
Then most of the time, unless he's real cool, like you're the weirdo now because you're the one top, and now you want to come in all the time and ask for the same server. It's just different. I feel like it's just a different vibe than
Yeah.
being a bartender and having your bar regulars, and then the idea of dating them. But
I can't even go into a restaurant and sit by myself. Like I'll go to the bar, but I can't sit at
I
a table
can.
by myself.
I don't mind doing it.
I don't
feel
mind
weird.
having the one tops. They're
I'll go sit by myself and get a little work done or something like this. Have dinner, have lunch, whatever. I can go by myself. I'd rather the bar, but if the bar's packed and busy, and I'm trying to get something done, I'd rather go sit at a table. I still
weirds
tip.
me
I
out.
tip good because I don't want to be like, okay, one meal. My tab was
Yeah.
$27. I'm still going to leave at 20 because, like, if it was 2 or 3 people, because I took one person taking up your table, and 20% of $20 is $4.
I
So I'm
tell a
going to
lot
leave
of
you.
servers that the ones that are like, just
Sometimes the one
the
tops.
one top, and I'm like, hey, don't knock the one tops.
No, I do it.
But-
Like I said, I'll go in there. My bill's $27. I'll leave $50. I mean,
Yeah.
I was one guy. I sat there for an hour and a half getting stuff done. In this, like, I have no problem.
See, I feel bad for the server because I don't want the server to feel like they have to spend more time at the table to talk to me because I'm by myself. I just feel like I inconvenience people if I'm by myself at a table. I don't do it. I won't. It weirds me out. It's too awkward for me.
Interesting, because you're in the industry that you
Right.
like that.
But it
yeah.
makes me super awkward.
But you wouldn't sit and try to talk to them.
No,
I'm
no,
real good at that.
I
'Cause I'll
wouldn't.
just go.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I gotta go.
But
I'll
I
just
feel
go
like
away.
Most of the time
they'll
when I've
feel
done
like
that,
they should.
most of the time when I do that, I hate to say it, they like it and they'll sit there and they'll talk to me. And they like, because the other tables are all talking to themselves.
Yeah.
And I almost like you give them something to talk about. Like they'll sit there.
Yeah.
I've had them hang out all the time. So what do you do? Like they're asking me questions because I'm one person, not talking to anybody. And they've got 3 other tables with 4 or 5 people. They're not going to stand there and have full on conversations with a table of 6. But they'll have full on conversation with table 1. I think you're looking at it wrong. I mean, it's your prerogative.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just-
you're looking at it wrong. Though I have had great conversations with some servers. So what do you do? Like, how's business been? Oh, it's been great, or this or that. Like,
I get super awkward at a table by myself. It's kind of the same as strip clubs too. I get super awkward in strip clubs. Super awkward. Like if I'm with a group, I'm fine. But
that's live remote.
I can't go by myself. I have like a panic attack. I can't do it.
Yeah, going by yourself though, that's a whole nother level. I feel like.
Well,
I'm not gonna say I've never been by myself. I think it's the experience you make of it.
Well,
You know what the funny thing is? I like going out by myself most of the time because I don't have anybody to listen to. I can go where I want, when I want. I can leave when I want. I don't care if you're hungry, you're thirsty, you're this. So I don't mind going out by myself.
They say it's good for you.
I go by myself all the time.
To be able to
I'll
go
and
by yourself.
I hate to say it, but in this town I usually know somebody somewhere I go. So it's not like I'm sitting there by myself waiting to somebody hang out. Usually I go somewhere I know somebody because I'm from this area. But I have no problem going out by myself. I'll get in my car and be like, I'm going to hit these 3 plots. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go home. But you can leave whenever you want.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I'm not going for it.
Strip club, be like, this isn't fun. I'm leaving. Or I can just sit at the bar and try to pick up the bartender and take her home.
See, like I can go to the bar by myself. I'm completely okay.
Could you go to the strip club bar by yourself?
No, like it was. So in Key West, the bar was right next to a strip club. So a lot of the girls would come over and they would get a drink from me when they were done. And I would see them talk to him every day. And they'd always be like, well, hey, come over. I'm like, I can't do it. It's too weird. We're friends now. You'll be naked. I can't do it. Like
That's so different. Like I think that would be even more comfortable. You walk in, you know all the girls. Like,
yeah.
isn't that like
immediately they're going to approach you.
Right. And
Yep.
hey, what's up, Joe?
Yeah.
Give you a hug. Titties hanging out and everything. Like, I totally would have been over there. I've been a regular. Doug at the door would know me. What's up, buddy?
Too weird for me. Like if I didn't know them, it would be a lot easier.
You could go to a strip club with another person.
Yeah.
Guy or girl, doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. With a girl, it's way more fun. Like you take a girl to a strip club, you're going to have a blast.
He's not wrong. He's not completely wrong.
Yeah, it's so much fun to bring a girl to a strip club.
Well, the girls like the girls anyways.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It is.
Joe, our next live remote's going to be from a strip club.
Oh, man.
You want to do it?
Jimmy's in. Jimmy's in.
Jimmy said half price live remotes. I like it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm down to go. Like, I could go. I've been to strip clubs. It's not like I don't go.
But right next door, the ones right next door, like, and you knew every person in there probably.
That's the weird part.
Why is that
because
weird?
Then they look forward to you coming in versus the other.
They know you're not a creepo. So, like, you
Yeah.
come in there, like, they know you, even though they're naked or half naked, whatever. Like, they know you. They feel comfortable. It's like going to a bar where you know the bartender. They feel comfortable because they know you're going to tip. They know what you drink. They know that you're not a creepo. Like, they come around the bar, give you a big hug, and then go back to the bar because they know you. You're not like the creepo.
I don't even know what to do. What do I do with my hands?
Hold your drink like normal.
No, I'm just saying, like,
hi, welcome, Stephanie. Glad you're here. No, you don't. Keep your hands like you would in a normal bar.
But yeah, the bar is fine.
You okay over there? Did I get you excited over there?
What do you do
going
at
to
the
the strip
stage?
club
He's going to strip club. We're going tonight.
I'm not going.
We're
to
going
the strip club
tonight.
No.
Absolutely. Market research.
Market research. Yeah, that's going to go over well.
What you tell him? We're going for market research.
We got to scope out the new filming location.
Filming location.
You can start at the bar top. Don't worry.
All right. As long as we start at the bar. We've got to work our way to the stage.
I'm not a big stage person. I'm not a big stage person, and I'm definitely not a VIP room person. I don't go. I don't want to. That to me is weird.
Like I
don't want to go back there and pay $20 a song. It's not about the money. It's just that to me is where I'm like, no, I'm good. No, and I'll sit at the stage and just throw dollars. I'll do it for a few minutes. If someone's never been there, you take someone's virginity, strip club virginity. Yeah, you got to sit here. You got to throw this money out. Like, it's just what you do. But like, I don't really. I go to the bar.
A lot of people go just play pool.
Right.
Yeah, like the bar, and it's just
a bar with naked girls. That's really it. I mean, that's what most strip clubs are. The ones in Orlando are great because they have fine dining in there. I mean,
I heard about the steak.
The steak, dude. I'm just gonna say it, dude. Rachel's over there. They actually have like this really good filet steak lobster dinner. Like, I really enjoy it.
This is the third time he's plugged Rachel's.
It is. It is.
We're not sponsored by them yet, but our next live remote will be there. But I mean, the dinner's good. The girls wear gowns. Like, it's a cool place to go.
Remember the last strip club I was in? I fell asleep. Do you not remember that?
No.
It was where South Carolina, North Carolina. We were one of the Carolinas for Keemon's fight when he won the belt.
That's right.
And I fell asleep in the one of the couches. Just fell asleep.
You're the only guy I know who's fallen asleep. That was it from being too drunk or just falling asleep?
Oh, it was late and I was hammered.
Gotcha.
I asked the one girl for a dance. I finally got the nerve to ask her for a dance. Found out, not a stripper. She was with us.
You asked one of the girls with you for a dance?
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you?
Not well. And then I think I had one more drink and then I went to sleep.
And woke up when what?
It was like 6, 7 a.m. when they woke me up and were like, hey, we're leaving. Like, okay.
Okay. How long have I been asleep? 4 hours.
Yeah.
No drawing on your face.
No,
No beer cans stacked. Like, I would have had some fun with that.
No, they let me be. They just put me in the back room and let me take a nap.
Only Joe.
I was just
Only
thinking
Joe.
that, I swear.
That's exactly what you were thinking. Only Joe.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait for the Strip Club Chronicles next week, huh?
This episode brought to you by Stir Hospitality.
Go to stirhospitality.com if you are a new restaurant. If you're a restaurant that is not seeing the profits that you used to,
Bar and nightclub.
bar and nightclub too, they will get you back in the black. Stirhospitality.com.